Hi, I'm Ida, and I'm going to discuss with my friends about the question of agency by ratification. In an agency, it has two parties, namely an agent and a principal. An agent is a person who does something from the instruction given by another person. Principal, on the other hand, is the person who instructs agent to deal with a third party on his behalf. For example, Lisa asked Jenny to sell her iPhone on her behalf. In this case, Lisa is the principal and Jenny is her agent. There are two prerequisites of the creation of agency by ratification. The first one is an agent who was duly appointed has exceeded his authority, and the second one is a person who has no authority to act for the principal has acted as if he has authority. The time when the agent has done this, which is obviously without the principal's knowledge or authority, the principal may elect to ratify or to disown the acts. If he ratifies them, the same effect will follow as if they had been performed by his authority. When the principal accepts and confirms such a contract, the acceptance is called ratification. Ratification may be expressed or implied.
Now we come to the situation where an agency by ratification may happen. In this situation, the agency may happen when the agent who has been given the authority exceeded his given authority. This is the case under Bolton and Partners Ltd versus Lambert 1889. Ratification has a retrospective effect. In other words, it dates back to the time when the original contract was made by the agent and not from the date of the principal ratification. This is illustration when an agent has exceeded his given authority. For example, on 1st January 2018, Ali, the principal, appointed Badrul as his agent to buy for him a house with a price of not more than 500,000 ringgit. And he then contracted with SP Home on 10 January 2018 to buy a house with a price of 600,000 ringgit, telling SP Home salesman that he was buying the house on Ali's behalf. On 20 January 2018, SP Home delivered the house key to Ali. In this case, Badrul has exceeded his given authority due to the agency relationship between Ali and Badrul terminated, and therefore, Ali is not bound to the contract with SP Home. However, if Ali agreed and accepted the contract made by Badrul, agency by ratification existed between Ali and Badrul, and therefore Ali is bound to the contract with SP Home by way of agency by ratification. In this situation, Badrul has exceeded his given authority. In the first place, he was given authority to buy the house for Ali for only up to 500,000 ringgit. However, Badrul bought the house for 600,000 ringgit. In that case, actually Ali is not bound to the contract because Badrul has exceeded his given authority. However, since Ali has certified or accepted the contract made by Badrul, therefore Ali is bound to the contract with SP Home by way of agency by ratification.
I will explain about conditions under which ratification can be made. First, unauthorized act, lawful contract, and third, agent must act as an agent for the principal. First, the act or contract must be unauthorized. For instance, A asked me to buy a car with RM 200,000 ringgit, but B buy a car that price 300,000 ringgit. That 100,000 ringgit is unauthorized contract. Next, lawful contract. The activity which is going to be ratified must be a lawful activity. The third condition is the agent must expressly act as an agent for the principal. In the case of Kikli Merchant & Co vs Duran, Robert, as an agent, was authorized by the appellant to buy wheat at a certain price. However, Robert has exceeded his authority by buying the wheat at a higher price than authorized. He bought it in his own name but intending it for Kigli. Kigli agreed to take the wheat at that price but failed to take delivery. The court held Kigli was not liable to the rent. This is because Kigli had not ratified Robert's contract since Robert at the time of the contract did not profess to act as an agent.
4. The agent must have a principal who is in actual existence or capable of being existent when the contract is made. Case Kellner vs. Baxter, 1866. It was held that a contract to buy a hotel made by an agent on behalf of a company which was about to be formed could not be ratified by the company. This is because the company did not exist at that time. Therefore, the agent was held liable for the contract unless the third party agreed to release him. Section 65 of the Companies Act 2016, a contract entered into by a company or its agent prior to formation may be ratified by the companies after its formation. Another case, Cosmic Insurance Corporation vs. Ko Chiampo, 1981. First, there were two issues raised before the court, whether a letter signed by 12 promoters of the appellant company, including the respondent, constitute a pre-incorporation contract between the respondent and the other 11 promoters as agent for the appellant company. The respondent was appointed as the managing director for life by this letter. If the letter constitutes a pre-incorporation contract, did the appellant company ratify that contract? Held, the letter came within Section 35, Subsection 1 of the Companies Act 1965, and thus the pro-incorporation contract was subsequently ratified by the appellant company. The company was bound by the contract of which they had ratified. 5th, the principal must have contractual capacity at the time when the contract is made and at the time of ratification. As an example, Sena gives her manager authority to sign contract for her tomorrow, which means Sena's manager have an authority to sign contract on Sena's behalf for tomorrow only. 6. The principal must at the time of ratification have full knowledge of all material facts unless it can be shown that he intends to ratify the contract, whether the fact may be an assumed responsibility.
Number 7. Principal must ratify the whole act. Partial ratification also amounting to total ratification. Number 8. Ratification must be made within a reasonable time. For example, in case Metropolitan Asylum Board v. Kingham and Sons, 1890, it was held that the principals purported ratification on the agent's contract to buy eggs without authority 1 week after was void. And lastly, number 9 is the ratification must not injure a third party. It must not subject to the third party to damage or terminate his right or interest.
That's all from us. Thanks for watching.